Here's a question that parents ask me all the time about their older kids. And the question is this: how can we enforce a curfew with our 18-year-old son? He came home at 1:30 a.m. last night, has typically abided by our 12 a.m. request, but now, a high school graduate, he works. He'll start community college in the fall. He likes to skateboard, but trespasses to do so in downtown areas. Trying to help him see nothing good happens after midnight. We pay his phone, but he probably makes enough to do so himself. He pays his own car and insurance. Hooray for this young man that is paying for some of his own stuff and taking care of himself. You know what? You can take care of whatever you want, and if you can't live by the rules, you will never hold a job very long. And that's what I want to communicate to an 18-year-old kid. There's something about a child that when they get to the point of turning 18, they feel like nobody can tell me what to do. And I always tell them, oh, wait a minute. This gives parents a lot more options because you don't have to live at home. And I think what happens is a kid begins to feel that because they want to have freedom, which is wonderful, which is absolutely wonderful. And I'm glad that a child starts to make decisions, but I want them to make good decisions. But the bigger issue here is that if you have rules of your home, then it's saying to a child, these are the rules, this is how we live. And I don't care whether you're 45, 55, or 65, when you come stay with us, we shut our house down at midnight. And the reason we shut it down is because I get up early in the morning. If you want to get up with me, that'd be wonderful, but we're just not a hotel. We're never going to be that. So there's going to be some rules. Son, we want you to be here. We will always have an open door for you. We love having you here. But if you can't abide by the rules that we have, then you are making a choice that you've got to live by, and that's a choice to live elsewhere. We'll help you in some ways and then wean you off of that. But at some point, a parent's got to say, these are the rules of the home. And let the child make the choice. And if they're doing a good job in making decisions, and it sounds like this young man is working and holding a job and paying for some things, and he graduated from high school, which he's to be applauded for. But it is saying this is how we operate. Now, you got to be flexible on other things. I would tell you, you can't treat him like he's 15 years old or he's going to rebel against you. You can't treat him like he's 17 and still in high school. Mommy can't wake him up every morning, and Daddy can't make sure he comes down to dinner. It may be saying, hey, we eat dinner twice a week, and we'd love for you to participate. If you bring anybody, let us know. But no girls up in your room, and just clean it up and take care of it. We're not going to inspect it, but we have a 12 o'clock rule at our house. Clean up after yourself, and we're not here to be your servants, even though we'll serve you, but you have to be responsible. And give him more things. There's a scripture that says, to him who is more, too much is given, much is required. And what that means is that as you give him more freedoms, then you demand more responsibility from him. But the actual rule of, okay, this is how our house operates, you've got to set those rules. Leave the skateboard thing alone. I mean, if he's trespassing on somebody else's property, then he'll get caught one day and be told by a policeman or a property manager or somebody else, you can't be here. Let him feel the sting of that himself. Don't worry about that. And I think what you can do also is just say, hey, I'm willing to pay for your phone for this amount of time. And then I'm willing to pay for an apartment for a little bit of time. If you choose to live there, as you kind of move out on your own, I'm okay to do that. But I can't have you just doing whatever you want. I think what happens when a parent doesn't, require things of their child, what happens is that they end up with a child that's a 25-year-old clown on a couch that's just sitting around doing nothing, and it's because they feel pretty comfortable at home. And at some point, I think it's saying to a child, you're always welcome here, but we want you to be on your own, because you want to make sure that your son or your daughter can take care of whoever they marry so that they can be a good spouse and so that they can be a good parent. So it's okay to push your 18-year-old a little bit. They're an adult. Treat them like one.